All day. I got some stuff done. I'm gonna go to sleep here in a little bit, and I have no idea if what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna get some sleep here. But I did spend some time. I went through the stuff up top. I got some jeans folded up there that I'm gonna put away in this cupboard right behind my seat before I go to sleep. And I found some places for some stuff. So here's my Wi-Fi deal that I got setting up here. I've got my headlamp charging because it charges by USB. It's one of the Heart brand from Walmart. I duct taped my CB wire so it'd be out of the way. Hung these on the back of the seat. Got those over that so they're easy access. Obviously I just did a video, but temporarily I can set my TV up like that, and this is how I got my coolers going. So not the most ideal, but my shoes right there, coffee pot right there. I've got my laptop case right there. Until I figure out a better place for that, I might stick that up here on the top since there's room up here. I can stick it on one side or the other. I got a box of some random stuff. Mainly, I cleared that out. That's where I had all my GoPro paraphernalia in. And then I stuck my shower bag in there. And I got that stuff out because I just did a short video. The TV isn't mounted. It's just sitting up here on top of this, just like that. And obviously I can't leave it like that as soon as I start wanting to drive. So I have to remember to take that and lay it face down on my bed while I'm driving. And then I can put it back up there. I bought this magic stick. If you see this wire here, I got this magic stick which just magnetizes to anything metal you stick out there. Got that for like 20 bucks. I don't want to clamp it in there. I want to leave it a little crack open. So, but if I plug that into the back of the TV, then I can get some local channels depending on what kind of reception I'm getting. And I got like 30 channels on there, but they're all like, they weren't the greatest channels, most of them. Just, there are some Spanish channels and stuff there too. But I was able to run my laptop and my TV, come on, switch, off of that power strip right there. So 150 watts, I was able to do the TV and my laptop off of that. Got my bed remade and stuff. There's my other CB antenna back there until I figure out how to hook it up. But there's just this thin wire, just plugs into the back of the TV, and then I can just pull that in and wrap the cord up when I get ready to go. Be one of those things like when I'm on a pre-trip, so I can pick up local channels doing that. So just looking for more places to stick stuff. I have both my brooms right there. There's my kitchen broom, and you can see the wide broom right here because the load block thing doesn't seem to want to hold my broom in it until I put some sort of a lock or something in the hole. It's got a weird contraption style that it doesn't want to. It has like the sliding deal instead of the regular thing that clamps and then you put the thing on it, which usually will hold stuff without you even put anything on it. But this slider deal doesn't seem to want to stay in place, and I need to put some sort of a bolt or a lock or something in that hole to hold it in place if I'm gonna keep it back there, and I will eventually figure out to do that. So I'm just still sitting here at this TA with the pilot across the street. I counted at least 10 CR England bobtails sitting between the CR England and the pilot across the street. Or I mean between the TA and the pilot across the street, there's at least 10 of us sitting bobtail here. So, let me plug you back in. There we go. Down to 28%. So I've just been playing games and watching TV and cleaning stuff up. Did a video. Got something to eat in the IHOP earlier. Nothing's really going on, but I'm hoping. Looks like this is all charged up. I am hoping that my little Pokemon Go thing here, I'm going to charge it up, I guess. Don't know. I just hope they don't like get sneaky and send us messages in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping. Hopefully if they do, I'll hear some sort of a beeping or some sort of a noise from either my phone or this ELD so that I know to check it. Otherwise, I'm going to wake up and find out I should have been driving for a while. So that'll be interesting. But I was surprised that we sat all day and they never got us going. We're all just still sitting here. There's a whole bunch of bobtails that are going to be asked to move. Look at this. Since we last talked earlier, look at all these bobtails. They're going to come out here and make all those guys move tomorrow. They might not say anything tonight, but yeah. This is where I'm at. Just still sitting in the same spot. I just happened to get the stuff a little cleaner. Got stuff a little more organized. One thing I did. No. The only thing they said is people with vacations that are getting ready to go on vacation are going to get loads first, and then the people that have been sitting here the longest will get loads, and then everyone else. But this is what I did. If you see this blue bungee, I slipped this bungee underneath this thing that's holding this fridge in. I finally strapped this fridge in down here. It's not got any power into it right now until I get an inverter. But then I don't know how well this is going to work because of the way I did it. I might have to try to go around. I might have to do it differently. Got this thing that I might be able to use. Actually, I don't know why I didn't just do that, but I'm afraid that plastic clip is just going to break. Will my bungees reach? Hold on. Ugh. See if the bungees will reach. Should. Question is, will it break this thing? Well, I slipped it around like that, but that plastic piece is probably likely to bust. Wonder if there's another part over here. Let's see, where's... Wonder if there's another strap piece. That's for that. Best way for me to look is to probably look behind this and try not to knock my TV over in the process, alright? So, see if I can see a strap that'll come around. That strap must be for something else. I don't know what that clip is right there. But if you see that right there, that's probably going to break if I leave it that way. So I probably don't want to leave it like that. Just trying to figure out a way to keep this in place, because this is a great place for this right here. And they can use this like a deep freeze later on once I get this fridge powered. So I have microwave and the fridge. But for right now, yeah, that's not gonna work long term like that. But we're getting it figured out. Whenever you get onto a new truck, there's always a period where you're figuring out what to do with all your stuff. All I did was throw some duct tape underneath this to keep this in place so it wouldn't rattle around so much. Duct tape the CB wire up, and things are coming along. I got a lot more open space. Yep. I'm gonna be talking to them. It seems to be that they make themselves hard to get hold of. I tried to call the guy, Andrew, twice earlier. I left the voicemail and I never got called back. So that does not bode well. So we'll see. These are the reasons why I left Bay and Bay. Is sitting. But I'm just hoping that once we kick off with these bear runs, that it's going to be go, go, go. That's what I'm hoping. I went and got ready earlier today. Got iced tea, got coffee, and was all ready just to get on the jump and get going, and nothing. So I'm eyeing a electric skillet style frying pan that will work off the DC plug in the truck. But I'm hoping I won't have to resort to that, because that thing's like $45 for a skillet about yay big. Comes with the top and everything, and then it's got these feet on it. And I'm sure that some of you might have seen them. It's over there with all the Road Pro brand stuff. Just like my lunchbox deal and all that stuff that's designed to plug in. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. So it's kind of hit and miss on those items. Some of them are worth having, some of them aren't. So, anyways, hope you guys liked my little short video. I think I could have done a better job on it, but it might help somebody if they're trying to figure out a way to be able to brush their teeth on the truck. But I felt I could have said a little more in that video, but it'll be all right. Don't know. You just switched to TransFlow Ju tab for the E-Log system now. We had OmniTrax Qualcomm. I like the new system better. This platform science thing, I think, will actually be pretty slick once we're all used to it. Because you only have to hit things once. You don't have to put information in. With the OmniTrax at Bay and Bay, you had to, every time you stopped, you had, to do an arrive or a depart or whatever to do the messages. You had to put in at least 2 or 3 pieces of information. It's just like, you guys already know this stuff. Why do you need me to put this, in every single time? Should be able to just hit, I dropped the trailer, and maybe have a couple of questions to answer, but it should be really quick. It should be no more. You shouldn't have to like type in all these numbers and crap like that. You should have to, unless there's something special going on, like you got damage or short or whatever. You got things like that going on, you shouldn't have to do a lot of messaging. And every company is a little different on how they handle stuff with their messages. So far, this looks like it's going to be slicker once we actually start running loads. Because all I had to do is say, like on these empty moves, I've just had to tell it, yes, I did fuel at this stop. Yes, I did drop this trailer, or I did grab this trailer. And I'm sure once I start getting loaded trailers, I'll have more information to put in. But I don't think it's going to be much. I think it'll just be the weight, the pieces, and probably the PO number maybe. We'll just have to see how this works, because I haven't had to pull a load yet. So maybe if there's any of you Sea England guys watching this, you have already done loads with this system, and it's also on your phone with an app. All the companies are doing that now. They got some sort of app that they use in conjunction with their tablets, and they're hooked up together. And like at Bay and Bay, if I got loads, they hit my phone before they, at least 5 minutes before they came across on the Qualcomm OmniTrax deal. And slick system. It worked out okay. I didn't like some of the messages, but it's just all part of trucking. My only problem was that I was sitting so much. Now I'm sitting here just hoping that once they get us all released, because they got at least 10 of us sitting here, just sitting here waiting to go pick up these runs, and I don't understand why they're not trying to get us moving. So, I don't know. They got at least 10 of us, if not more, sitting around. There's at least 9 or 10 of us sitting here, and then there's a couple more across the street. So, I don't know. But I like doing these live feeds so I can kind of show you the story of how things going between what was going on at Bay and Bay and now what's going on here and how that's all going. And hopefully this will work out, because I don't want to do a bunch of job hopping. I don't want to have to go jump into a whole nother company again. If I do go to another company, it's going to be a local company and I'm going to be home all the time. I'm not going to continue to do this bouncing from one over the road company to another, when right now with the way the freight is, it's probably going to be all the same. So I'm just sure this is the way it's going for a lot of the companies. But that dude at Bay and Bay tried to lie to me and tell me some crap. But maybe I would have been better off if I stayed there. I didn't have to leave. I could have just made it work, because it did look like they were going to try to keep me running better after that conversation him and my dispatcher had. But I just didn't like sitting for 24 hours at a time in between runs. But maybe I would have been better off if I stayed, but we will see how this goes. I'm hoping they get us going tomorrow or later tonight. I, unlike a lot of other drivers, I can handle driving a little sleep deprived and not be a problem. I've been up all day. I usually can be up all day. I can't do it much more than that. I know I've pushed myself to my limits enough. I know what I can do and what I can't, but I also know that I can't do it to the extent that I used to do it, because I'm getting older and my body's getting a little more run down. I'm only 47 years old, but still I'm getting older, and I can't do now at age 47 what I was doing 5-10 years ago, where I was running myself ragged. I can't run myself ragged as much as I used to, but I can be up all day and drive all night, but then I need to get some sleep. I can do that, but that's about the most I want to push it, and even that is starting to get almost too much at times. But I'm in no danger of falling asleep behind the wheel or anything. But I do gotta watch it. What's this dude driving around looking at all of us for? At this guy in the car. He's just kind of looking around at all of us. I wonder why. It was just the way he was kind of looking, looked kind of suspicious. They're leaving, I think. Why you stop? Oh, you're slowing down. Nothing. Ain't no big deal. Alright. Now I'm finally wearing my black version of the reflective t-shirt. And I like the fact that it has a pocket, so I can put a pin in my notebook, pocket-sized notebook in there. So got it all ready to go, just waiting for another load. But these loads seem to have less information on them, but I'm still writing things down so I have everything at my fingertips when I go to pick stuff up. Every piece of information that might be important, I write down on that. So when I walk in, I don't have to come walking back out to look at my thing and also bring my phone, because anymore everything's in the app. Like Sierra England has an app, Bay and Bay had an app. It took me until the last couple weeks there to realize that there was another thing I could tap to get into more information on one of those screens, to get more load numbers and stuff like that, pickup numbers and load numbers and appointment numbers, all that jazz. It was all in there. It was just on another screen that you had to tap on the screen, and it brought it up, and I didn't know that was on there until like the last couple of weeks. So I'd never even accidentally discovered it. And I think someone either told me to do that, or I finally just discovered it. Oh, George is calling me. 1 second. Yeah, I'll call him when I'm done with this. It's one of Mac's co-drivers and one of the guys that drove at Alan Ritchie. I drove co-driver with him at CRST about 12 years ago or something. And we drove for about 5-6 months together. And then we were supposed to both go to Alan Ritchie together, and it didn't happen that way. He took a few years. It took about 4 years before he finally made it over there. First, he didn't come over right away because he had to wait for a DUI to fall off his record. And then he started having all kinds of reasons. He kept going back and forth to CRST, being a driver trainer, and then and I don't know if they call them mentors there or what. Like at Sierra England, they're called mentors. At some other companies, they're called mentors and mentees. It just depends on the company. But he was over there training newbies, and he kept leaving and going back. He probably went back and forth to that at least 3 times. He got married for a year and got divorced, all within 4 years. The guy was all over the place for 4 years. It's kind of the reason why when I had the option to have him as my co-driver again, or another co-driver, I kind of went with another guy, even though either one of them would have been good co-drivers. I mean, we would have made good time. But it's just like, I picked someone I thought would stick around for a while, and that co-driver I had to babysit, so I should have kept that one of them two. But it's all in the past now. Now I got to figure out this company and what they're doing now, and figure out how to operate here to try to keep moving. Hopefully I can get this guy to realize that I'm a runner and I'll run my butt off for him, and he just has to give me the loads. First I got to get the man on the phone and let him know that I left the Bay and Bay because of all this sitting crap. And I came here because they told me it'd be all drop and hook, and I would be going like that. But we all know how recruiters talk, you know. Recruiters tell us what we want to hear. So Let's see. We got Kevin on here. We got John. Somebody else is on here as well. And now we got 5 on here. So now bounce down to 3 again. So I never know what to believe with this counter that says how many people. I don't think it's ever accurate. Sometimes I'll see a like and 0 people, and a like will show up when the people says 0. Now it says 3. A second ago it said 5, and it still says 0 likes, but 3 people. So show attendance by hitting the like, so I see how many people are actually on, because that counter is so inaccurate. Always is. Junior Trucker, hey buddy. So where are you guys all at? I'm in Cartersville, Georgia. Where are you guys at? I think one of you said you was getting ready to leave the Indiana earlier. Is that the same guy that was telling me that earlier? Was that you, Kevin, that was there? You're in Newton, Iowa? That's like 45 minutes from my house. I live in Ankeny, if you know where that's at. So, yeah. If you guys are into Zorro, there's this good series of Zorro on Amazon Prime. If you guys are into Zorro, it's a pretty cool take on Zorro, but it kind of has a lot of about the Indians being the ones that started the Zorro thing, and this guy that the guy that is always the name of the guy who took over the Zorro mantle in every movie and every show. It's always that I can't remember the name right now, but it's always that same name, Emilio Estevez, or not Emilio Estevez, but what's his name in the Mask of Zorro? I can't remember. Anyway, you work for Casey's as a grocery delivery driver? Oh, how is that? Because I thought about doing that, but is it worth it though? Does it pay good? I need to be able to bring home, I want to be able to bring home about 2,000 at least every 2 weeks, if not more than that. And Dayton, Ohio now. Okay. Are you the same one that said you was leaving Indiana earlier? I think you were. I've driven through Dayton, Ohio many times. The 34 hour? 34 an hour? That's not bad. But how many hours do you get? Is that a full-time 40 plus a week job? Or is it more than that? Some places do more, some places only let you do less. How far does your route take you? You probably go all over Iowa, don't you? Have dedicated stops or something? This thing doesn't automatically scroll up. 40 hours a week, overtime, especially in summer. Okay. The other way I know that messages have come across is this little thin gray line comes across on the bottom underneath these messages. So, but it must be actually just be the two of you. Iowa, Nebraska, Minnesota, Missouri. Yeah, Casey's is all over the place. I never realized how far Casey's was. I thought Casey's was just an Iowa and some of Nebraska thing and some parts of other places, but a few years ago when I was driving for K&B, I was going to Casey's in Texas and stuff, so I was just like, wow, I didn't think Casey's was this far south, but Casey's is all over the place now. Yeah, I've seen Casey's everywhere. I used to think of as Casey's as kind of like an Iowa thing, and like almost every small town, in Iowa seems to have a Casey's in it. And now the Quick Stars and Quick Trips are popping up all over the place as well. I never did fuel at a Casey's for Bay and Bay, but Casey's was one of the places that was part of our approved stops. And the Quick Trips and Quick Stars, Love's Pilots, TAs and Petros, Flying J's, but Millsap Brothers, I'm trying to remember other names of fuel stations out there. Those are pretty much the biggies, though. There are some come and goes out there that have diesel pumps too. Some some QTs. Yeah, Love's is the best, hands down anymore. They have the best rewards program. It's easier to get your points up. I did a couple of fuel stops and I went from gold back up to diamond. And if I'm trying to keep those, I want to get those points back up because I had just about hit platinum right when I left Bay and Bay. So I was having free refills and free showers all the time, so I wasn't worried about making coffee on the truck so much because I could just go inside and get it for free. I would just wait and hit a Love's up the street because I could just go in real quick and get it, scan my card and go. So they hands down they definitely, I think it's Love's, Pilots and Flying J's, the new ones, not the old rundown ones. Some of them aren't so bad, but the newer Pilots and Flying J's. And now they've turned some of the older stations into these 1.9s, which they say that they cater more to the owner operator and fleet, the lease operators and stuff. So I stopped at the Adelisa there in Iowa. Used to be a Pilot or a Flying J. Pilot just got bought out by Maverick based out of Utah. They will be rebranded by 2025 end. So the come and goes are going to become Mavericks? Or are they going to keep them come and go and just have them run by Maverick? I really only frequented one Maverick, and that was the one in Cedar City, Utah off of I-15. We used to do swap outs there all the time. Other than that, I haven't really stopped at too many Mavericks. I usually am headed to a Love's or something else before I go to a Maverick. Still nothing. I probably won't see nothing till tomorrow sometime. So, but yeah, probably won't stay on too much longer, but we'll see. Who's all got 3 of you on here right now. They thought at first to leave it come and go, but the CEO just announced that they will be rebranded. They're going to spend a lot of money turning all the come and goes in the country over to Mavericks. They really are, because you know how many come and goes there are around this country. So that's going to be a lot of come and goes. I don't know how far widespread they are, but in Des Moines they've got get and go stations. I met one of my ex-girlfriends there that we were together for how long were we together? It wasn't a whole year, I don't think. But I met her there. Actually, I was going after her roommate, and her roommate got pregnant by her boyfriend, so I wound up going after her roommate. Shoot, that was way back in 2005, 2006 or something. Because I moved to Des Moines in 2003 from southern Iowa. Yes, Get and Go is the ghetto gas station. Most of those are so run down anymore. They got one in Pleasant Hill. They got them spread out around Des Moines, but most of them, they used to have a drive-through Get and Go over on the east side, over off of Hubble, and it was literally just this small building with 2 sliding glass, like the ones you have going out to your deck, the back door to your deck, the sliding glass. They had 2 sliding glass doors on both sides, and people literally come up. They didn't have any gas there. It was just for like drinks and snacks and beer and little stuff like that. It was just a little building, and people would drive up on either side, and one person would sit there and run it. And it's not there anymore. I don't know how long ago they tore it down, but I've noticed the last couple years I've been over on that side of town and drove past there, and it's not there anymore. And they've changed the landscape a little bit with some of the buildings through there, so it don't look the same through there. They have 2 in Newton. I wouldn't take my kids in one if they paid me. Some shady ass characters going there. Yeah, hell, all of Des Moines is ghetto. I would never raise my kids there. That's why I live in small town Iowa. Yeah, I'm from Lamoni, Iowa. That's where I went to high school. And I always wanted to live in Des Moines because I just liked it when I was younger. Now I'm ready to get out of Iowa completely. Me and my wife are talking about moving down this direction in the south. She's talking about South Carolina because her mom lives in Forest City, North Carolina. And so she wants to be close to her mom again and be down in this area. Oh, we got 6 of you in here now. So we just hanging out, BSing. Oh yeah, the Pomida building that has been all kinds of different things. It started out as Pomida when they first put it in, and then they put the Dollar General in next to it, which is still there. That thing has always been there. You worked for them for 6 years? Did you work for them in Lamoni, or did you work for Pomida somewhere else? Because they have a Pomida over, I don't know if it's still Pomida over there, but over in Leon there was a Pomida. I'm from Washington, Iowa myself. Where is Washington, Iowa? I'm sure I've seen the sign for it, but I didn't have any reason to memorize it or anything. But I've been all over Iowa. I do not remember Washington, but how far is that from Des Moines? Southeast corner of Iowa. All right. It's off of 92. Yeah, I don't travel that too much. I wonder if that's one of the roads that we took when we were coming back from St. Louis. We would take back highways up through Missouri and into Iowa, and then get off somewhere. And I didn't do that run enough to memorize how they did it. I just remember we took some back highways going north. 218 and 92. Pomida isn't a business anymore. All right. I can believe that. I haven't seen any ones open. I don't know what that place is over there in Leon, because they had a Pomida over there right next to the town square. And last time I remember being in Leon, which my friend Bill lives over there, Max co-driver. He lives over in that town, and you're a huge fan? Who, of me, or a huge fan of what? Pomida? What are you a big fan of? Bill Mod 68 2. Big fan of me? Okay. Thank you. I'm nobody special. I'm just another trucker. Just sharing my story and doing videos to try to help other truckers. My videos aren't the greatest there ever was, but they're hopefully helping people. As long as they're helping people, it's worth doing the videos and worth the time I take to do them. So Pamida changed to Shopko hometown in 2012, and then Shopko went out of business in 2019. They own optical stores still. Yeah, I've seen those around. There's still Shopkos around, but yeah, I've noticed those. Thank you. I try to do videos to help people, and I got plenty more video ideas. It's just when I get the opportunity to do them. I would like to do more backing videos and stuff, but it's really hard to film myself being a solo driver, and a lot of the places I go to, I don't think I can whip out a video camera without getting into trouble. So I could probably do backing videos and truck stops and stuff and do videos on that. And it's just a matter of finding people I trust to handle a video camera and film me. Or being able to set my tripod up in the right spot. And problem is, when you're trying to park in a truck stop, usually they're too busy to be able to do that thing where I stop and start and change the camera views. But and stuff like that. I did a lot of that when I was driving for Randy's, and I did some videos, and some of those videos I still have from a couple of those locations. But I almost got fired from Randy's when I was in Neosho, Missouri, at the location down there, because one of the guys came out in the parking lot, and I was just doing a backing video in the out in the parking lot, and they're coming out making a big deal because I had a video camera out. It's not like I was inside doing a video showing them how they do stuff inside. I was doing a video in the parking lot, and the guy was making this big old deal. This is all whatever they call it, stuff that they don't want their competitors to see. If your competitors really want to know, they can come by and drive by and see themselves. There's nothing me showing on a video camera in the parking lot that they can't come by and see themselves. It's the stuff inside you want to worry about. What they want to see, that you're afraid they're going to see you cramming tanker trailers close together up against old laid down railroad track rails and stuff like that, and that stuff, there was nothing to give away in the parking lot. I thought it was so stupid. They made this big old deal, and they had to talk them down because all this stuff. At least that's what the guy that dispatched me said. It was the dumbest thing ever. But whatever. You just got to be careful. If you're going to be a YouTuber and do videos, you got to be careful about how and when you do video cameras, because you got fired because you did a video too. I said some racist stuff about black people. Then this loser Mike Carter made a bunch of videos about me and got me fired. Yeah, you gotta be careful what you say and do on your videos, because if they get back to the wrong person, hopefully I don't ever say or do anything on a video that's gonna get me fired. You gotta be really careful, especially if your company gets around to noticing that you do YouTube videos, and they start watching them, and if you're doing anything they don't like that could be considered unsafe or anything else, you just gotta be really careful about what you say and do. But I try to be real. I try not to hide nothing, but I just try not to do videos where I'm driving while doing videos unless I have the video camera mounted and I'm not touching the video camera. But I've done a few little borderline things, but you just gotta be really careful. Really careful when you do stuff. Because I got the GoPro, I got my handy cam, I've got a dash cam, the webcam in the laptop, and I want to get a better dash cam, and I want to get a couple more GoPros, and I want to figure out a better way of shooting videos off the side of the truck when I'm doing stuff. But this GoPro doesn't seem to want to. It might do better down here where it's warmer, but I noticed that when it got cold, my GoPro would, the battery would just go like that. I could only film for so many minutes, and then it was just ready to change batteries, and it would shut itself off, and I couldn't film very long. And I don't know if it's the GoPro itself or if I need new batteries. And it might be that I need new batteries, but I think I want to get a whole brand new GoPro, because I want one that has, because I had those newer ones have the screens on the front and back so you can see what you're doing. The older GoPros, like this one, where is it? Oh, right here. It has the display screen right here, but that doesn't show you what you're doing. When you got this, that's your screen to see what you're doing, but when you got it like this, the nice thing is GoPros are waterproof. You can go out in the rain with them. You can strap them down to stuff. They got all kinds of different attachments that you use these screw deals. For those of you that, most of you already know this. Most of you already know this stuff, but the newer GoPros, this is the Hero 8. And I ordered this online about, what's it been, 2 years ago now. I want to get a newer one with better batteries and stuff, but the attachments seem to be kind of universal to all of the GoPros. It's just the batteries and the GoPro itself change, and they're pretty good about making it so that all the other attachments that they make don't become obsolete with the newer GoPros. I think my chesty for that better money management. That's why me and my wife have the bills separated out, and she manages her money for her stuff and I manage money for my stuff. But I got the bigger bills, but she has stuff that mounts up for the kids and stuff. I pay the car payments, the mortgage, car insurance, what else am I paying for? I'm paying the insurance for the insurance for the cars, the car payments, and the cell phone bill. She takes care of the electric, the water. She's been fixing stuff around the house. She pays this warranty insurance $100 a month, and some stuff is covered and some stuff is not, but you can only open one account at a time, and they'll come out, and then she pays like $100 depending on whether or not the stuff is covered under the warranty or not. Sometimes she only has to pay like $100 for a fee, or what she does have to pay is usually a hell of a lot cheaper than what she would have to pay otherwise if we didn't have that warranty insurance. So far we've had The water heater worked on a couple of times. We had to get the washer and dryer looked at a couple of times. The garage looked at twice. Ever since we moved out of the house and moved back in, because we tried to sell the house, the electric got turned off and the plumbing and all that stuff got turned off, and all kinds of stuff just kind of stopped working or broke, and we had to get them fixed. And so it's just been one thing after another, things breaking and stuff. Before we moved out, we didn't have a whole lot of problems, but ever since we moved back in, this last couple of years since we moved back in, it's just been one thing after another. And luckily she has that warranty, because it has saved her and sometimes me, because sometimes I've had to help her. Well, I don't know if I've helped her or not, but yeah. But look into that. Any of you that own a home or have a mortgage, look into those warranties, because it saves you a lot of money. $100 a month, and then $100 service fee if something breaks, provided that it's stuff that's covered underneath the warranty, and it covers a lot of stuff around the house. So things that break and stuff like that. So look into that. There's all kinds of companies out there that have these warranty deals. Check them out, because my wife discovered that when we moved into the house, they offered us that when we bought the house, and we've just kept up with it. And she let it lapse once or twice, but all she had to do is restart it again. And it has definitely been well worth it, because the money you're paying out over time is a hell of a lot cheaper than what you'd have to pay for a lot of the stuff that we've had to get fixed. They've replaced stuff. What was it that they replaced? They replaced something, because finally they just gave up. Oh, our disposal. We kept having problems with our disposal being clogged up with grease, and we kept on having to have the company under the warranty. You call the warranty company, and the warranty company calls these companies that they have under their belt and send them out to work on your stuff. They call you and make an appointment or something. It works different ways depending on what you're getting worked on, but they'll send somebody out to work on your crap and whatever it is, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper. So it is a quiet night around here. There is like hardly anything going on. There's like no one in the park, hardly anybody in the parking lot. It's like everybody's asleep. It's like that dude finally, that guy had a bunch of Subway sandwich wrappers on top of his dash, and he finally picked them up. I can't have stuff on my dash. The only thing that's on my dash is my GPS, my phone holder, and when I'm stopped, sometimes I have some things on the dash. But no, I'm at a TA. I'm at a TA in Cartersville, Georgia. Across the street, there's a Pilot. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good deal. to get that warranty information. There's a bunch of companies that do it. You just gotta look them up. And I can't remember the one that my wife is a part of, but who knows? Maybe she'll watch. She's been watching my videos. She never used to be subscribed to my channel, but since I started Bay and Bay, she started. Yeah, I've got. There's like 10 of us at this TA and a couple more over at the Pilot. We've been sitting here for a day or two waiting. We were moving empty trailers from up in Glade Spring, Virginia, from the utility trailer manufacturing place. Brand spanking new dry van Sierra England trailers. Down here to the Budweiser Anheuser-Busch place right up the street from here. And now they got us sitting here waiting to release us to go do all these beer runs. And it gave me time to get my truck get a little bit more in order. It's not perfect. My TV's just propped up. I went in and bought a $20 magic stick thing that gives me local channels for my TV, because I tried to do it just with the TV itself and it would never pick up any channels. So I bought this thing for 20 bucks over there at the Pilot called a magic stick or something like that. Here's the packaging for it. It was like 20 bucks. And he just has this long thin wire, and then it, for those of you that just came on, just plugs in like your cable coax thing. This just slides right on, and it's got a magnetic, and it's not a real strong magnet. I noticed mine isn't a real strong, but it says that if you stick it on something metal, that it helps with the antenna strength and or how far it reaches out. I was getting not the greatest reception on about half the channels. It picked up about 30 channels on my TV and about 6 Spanish channels, 1 Japanese or Chinese channel, and then a bunch of other different channels. And there were several of them that weren't getting the best reception. What the hell? What's going on here? You guys are getting in a big old battle, huh? Whatever. But yeah, this is just a TA, and it's a nice TA. The inside of this TA, come on, switch, is just like the TA in like, if you've ever been to Commerce City, Colorado, and Denver. But there is, come on, Popeyes, a Burger King, a Taco Bell, and a Pizza Hut, and the IHOP. It's got a nice IHOP. And then across the street, there's a McDonald's and a Subway in that Pilot across the street. So, all right, come on, let's get back to regular size. All right. The Village Arsonist. That's 5 years later. Wow. Man, I've been on here over an hour. Didn't feel like I've been on here an hour. Time flies when you're having fun, huh? But yeah, I'm gonna be jumping off here pretty soon. I'm gonna have to get some sleep for tomorrow because I have a feeling we're gonna be doing stuff tomorrow. At least I hope they are. I hope they're not gonna make us sit again all day tomorrow. I just got my 7 yen. All right. So, what else can we talk about? Oh, good Lord, I got this. There we go. Had my cord wrapped around the steering wheel. Got this long let's see here. I don't really have much else to talk about. I'm kind of talked out. You got YouTube boys sitting there going back and forth at each other. But you do got to be careful on your YouTube channels about what you say and do and what you show. Because eventually someone's going to watch that stuff and somebody might say something. It could happen years later or it could happen right away. So sometimes I get messages about videos I did several years ago. But I will encourage you guys to go. This truck? No, this, yeah, EPU, yeah. It's, I just been doing the Opti idle and the truck is only starts up once in a while. I'm sure once I get the rest of this stuff plugged in with an inverter, it'll probably make it run more often. Because I'll have the 2 fridges plugged in, plus sometimes I run that coffee pot in the microwave, but not together because I know I can't run the coffee pot when I'm trying to cook in the microwave. And then I've got enough stuff, and eventually I got to figure out how to mount that TV without screwing holes into the truck. Someone told me that other drivers would use C-clamps. I got to figure out how to do that. You got to figure out a creative way to mount that TV. Right now I just got it sitting on top of that fridge. But as soon as I start driving, I'm going to have to make sure I get that face down on the bed while I'm driving and make sure I don't have anything that's going to be prone to falling or getting broken. We'll just have to see. I think I got that fridge on top of there pretty well strapped in there. I just don't know if that plastic clip thing is just going to break under the pressure though. I'm not even sure what that's for until I get all that stuff out of there and take a better look at, see if there's a long strap with a clip thing to go inside that somewhere. I'm sure that there is some sort of a deal over there. But all right, I'm fixing to jump off here, and I'm gonna go watch some Zorro for a little bit, and I'm gonna go to sleep. And hopefully I'll get up in the morning and I'll be going to pick up a load, because this sitting stuff is just about ready to be too much. I'm hoping that they get us on these beer runs and we go and don't be sitting until we have to do a 34 or something. And I will run my timeout. Oh, you're fine. Yep. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'll be doing a live from a different location. If I'm doing a live from the same location, I'm gonna have to make that video. Still here. So, all right, guys. Appreciate you all coming by and hanging out. And I'll catch you hopefully from a different location tomorrow. So, catch you all tomorrow from somewhere. All be safe, and catch you later. Catch you next video.